With the 2025 to 2026 season on the way, there is a lot of intrigue. We are still a long way out, and teams have yet to finalize their rosters, but today I'm going to be predicting each major award winner for this upcoming season. This list is going to include MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year, Defensive Rookie of the Year, Comeback Player of the Year, and Coach of the Year. This is just my opinion, and I think I'll have a few in here that may surprise you. Enjoy. We're going to kick things off with Comeback Player of the Year. This is an award given to the best bounce back player of the season, somebody who either struggled in 2024 or had a major injury. For this selection, I am going to go with the Lions defensive end, Aidan Hutchinson. Hutchinson is honestly in the race for Defensive Player of the Year if he can stay healthy. He's just that kind of player. In 2024, Hutchinson posted 7.5 sacks in only 5 games and added 7 TFLs on top of that with a total of 19 tackles and 17 quarterback hits in just 5 games. He was an absolute force for Detroit and was a massive loss for them at midseason. He was easily on his way to the best season of his young career so far before fracturing his tibia and his fibula. In OTAs, to this point, he's already looking fantastic and is moving on his leg perfectly fine. Once again, with one article citing, he looks like Aidan Hutchinson of old. I see a massive breakout season for Hutchinson this year. I predict he will post a total of 15 sacks this year and easily take the Comeback Player of the Year award. Other honorable mentions would be Aaron Rodgers, newly signed to the Pittsburgh Steelers, Christian McCaffrey coming off of a big injury with the 49ers, and Dak Prescott with the Cowboys. The Coach of the Year award is given to, the Coach of the Year. The best coach who maybe led a team back from a bad record or took over a bad team and coached them to a great record. This year, I have a pick that may surprise some people, but it makes total sense to me. I'm going with Las Vegas Raider head coach Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll is coming to Vegas after a very poor performance last year where they went 4-13 and landed the number 6 overall pick in the NFL draft. They fired their head coach Antonio Pierce and decided on free agent head coach Pete Carroll to lead them this season. I think people forget how good Pete Carroll was in Seattle. He got a Super Bowl victory and had 2 Super Bowl appearances. He also coached them to 19 total playoff games and had a regular season record of 137, 89, and 1. Pete Carroll is easily the best coach in Seahawks history and was only let go because they wanted to get younger, as Pete Carroll is 70 years old. His age doesn't concern me at all, as he's completely in his right mind still, has little to no medical issues, and is still a very smart head coach. I think it was ultimately a mistake to let him go by Seattle, and I think the Raiders profited. I could see him turning this team all the way around from that 4-13 season, maybe even producing a winning record. He's teamed up with his former quarterback, Geno Smith, has a generational running back prospect in Ashton Jeanty, and one of the best tight ends in the league in Brock Bowers. He's also got one of the best edge rushers in the game to work with in Max Crosby and then Christian Wilkins up the middle. The talent is there for Carroll, and I could easily see him taking the Coach of the Year award. Other honorable mentions would be Ben Johnson with the Bears, Mike Vrabel with the Patriots, and Dave Canales with the Panthers. The Defensive Rookie of the Year award is given to the most dominant rookie on the defensive side of the ball. Pretty self-explanatory. For this award, I have a pretty obvious one in my opinion, and I'm going to be going with Abdul Carter, edge rusher for the Giants. Carter was drafted number 3 overall for a reason. He was the best available edge rusher in the draft and was a monster at Penn State. He has elite speed and great power off the edge and will get a lot of playing time with the Giants. I see Carter posting a double-digit sack season in year 1, and I think he adds a lot of TFLs, as I believe he's kind of an underrated run stopper as well. Carter will be playing alongside of Brian Burns, who should eat up some of that attention from the offensive line, maybe even opening up more holes for Carter to get to the passer. I imagine Thibodeau will take a step back to allow Carter in the starting lineup more often, and we should see a pretty fantastic pass rush from the G-men this season. Honorable mention for this award would be Travis Hunter if he plays at corner, Jalen Walker with the Falcons, Mason Graham with the Browns, and Mykel Williams with the Niners. The Offensive Rookie of the Year is, the same thing. The rookie with the most offensive impact on their new team. This could be a lot of different guys, as this draft had a lot of talent on the offensive side of the ball. For this award, though, I'm going to go with another Raider, running back Ashton Jeanty. Jeanty was a top 3 total prospect in the NFL draft. He's extremely explosive, has great power, and the ability to bounce off of tacklers like it's nothing. Now in Vegas, under the coaching of Pete Carroll, I think Jeanty is an immediate candidate for an 1,000-yard season, as he has virtually no competition in that running back room at all. Jeanty will 100% be the full-time starter in Vegas and an every down back. We all saw how much Carroll liked to use Marshawn Lynch in Seattle, and I think we could see a very similar workload for Jeanty. This could easily be Cam Ward as well in Tennessee, but I don't think he has a super strong supporting cast with the Titans just yet, and he also might be a prospect that needs a little bit of work before he starts tearing up the NFL. Honorable mentions for this would be Cam Ward, obviously, Travis Hunter if he plays wide receiver, Teteroa McMillan if Bryce Young pans out this year. Defensive Player of the Year. This award is obviously given to the best defensive player in the NFL for that season. Last year it was won by cornerback Patrick Surtain, but this year I think it goes back to the edge rushers. I'm going to take edge rusher from Pittsburgh, TJ Watt, to win his second Defensive Player of the Year award. Last year, Watt posted a total of 11.5 sacks, and for him, that was a down year. I feel like each year he gets so close to winning this award, but just falls short to someone else in front of him. I think he finally gets a much-deserved second one here in 2026, as he's one of, if not the best pass rusher in the NFL as of right now, and he's on a solid Pittsburgh unit with Alex Highsmith on the other side, meaning all the attention can't strictly be on Watt or you open a weak spot for Highsmith. I see a big bounce back year for Watt with maybe even a 20-sack season, making him the easy pick for Defensive Player of the Year. Honorable mentions would be Myles Garrett with the Browns, Micah Parsons with the Cowboys, Max Crosby with the Raiders, and Aiden Hutchinson with the Lions. Offensive Player of the Year. Obviously, this award is given to the best Offensive Player of the Year for that season. For this year's Offensive Player of the Year, I'm going to be going with Ja'Marr Chase. I feel as if Ja'Marr Chase is the best wide receiver in the league, right next to Justin Jefferson. Only difference between the two is Chase has one of the best quarterbacks in the league throwing to him in Joe Burrow, while Jefferson has a rookie quarterback, JJ McCarthy. Chase is coming off of the best season of his career, posting 1,700 yards and 17 touchdowns, and it was still a bad year for the Bengals. This year, the run game might be more established than it was last year with Chase Brown breaking out, and could open up even more openings in the passing game, along with Higgins on the other side, making it impossible to really double Chase without leaving a weak spot on Higgins. Overall, Chase is in the perfect position to succeed in Cincinnati and could very easily snatch up his first ever Offensive Player of the Year award. Honorable mentions for this award include Saquon Barkley, the current Offensive Player of the Year, Jahmyr Gibbs, running back with Detroit, Justin Jefferson with the Vikings, and even one of the elite quarterbacks who miss out on MVP, Mahomes, Allen, Burrow, etc. MVP award is awarded to the overall most impactful and best player in the NFL for that season. This award is typically given to the quarterback, as their impact is seen a lot more than the other positions. I see this year's MVP being quarterback from the Baltimore Ravens, Lamar Jackson. I think Jackson might be the best quarterback in the league currently. All those dumbass jokes about him being a running back have completely dissipated, as he's posted the best passing season of his career last year. He posted a total of 41 passing touchdowns to only 4 interceptions. And when you actually look at those interceptions, only one of them was his fault, as the other ones were dropped or bouncing off hands. Lamar has silenced any doubters in that category, and then not to mention his ability as a scrambler as well. If you ask me, he should have won it last year over Josh Allen, but that's a topic for another day. Overall, I see Lamar as one of the best players in the entire league and walking away with the MVP for 2026. Honorable mentions would include Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, and Saquon Barkley. Thank you for watching.